hey, if I'm a grandmother, then I'm a grandmother, but I like it.
Well, I can be a little bit of a grandmother too here and there. I mean, I can wear these glasses now. Well, I kind of look like
Will you advertise?
yeah, I look a bit like an oldie, but I look like a OG
I like
cool
my
oldie.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Giggles and Real Talk.
Today we're diving into health and fitness by keeping it real. No extreme diets, no Instagram perfect workouts, none of that.
Yep, it's just practical ways to take care of yourself, stay active, and make progress every day, even if it's small.
I agree. I think every step forward matters.
Yep, so let's get into it. Right, so we're going to be talking about easy wins. Let's start small. Any tiny health wins this week, Kimmy?
I stretch for 10 minutes every morning without hitting the snooze. That's one big win for me, especially in the winter when you struggle to get out of bed. Definitely that.
I like that, yeah. Especially in the morning, I think that really helps. I think a lot of us want to just get up and just work out or just do something, but I think a light stretch just sort of ease yourself into the day.
Yeah.
So I think that really helps. I think for me, I stuck to my meal plans and I allowed myself to indulge just a little bit just on designated days. And I think that really helped me to stay consistent and on track. I don't know if everyone has tried it or not, but I tried the viral Biscoff cheesecake.
Oh yeah, we did. That was nice.
And yeah, so it's the Greek yogurt Biscoff cheesecake, and I didn't get Greek yogurt because I thought it might be a little bit plain, and I saw some YouTube shorts where people were saying, "Oh, it doesn't really taste like cheesecake." So what I decided to do was get a vanilla yogurt, and that didn't work. I just found that it was a little bit sour. I didn't hate it, but I think I'm gonna try a vanilla Greek yogurt and give that a go. But I think nevertheless, like Biscoff is like one of my favorite biscuits. So I think just allowing myself just to have that on the day that I actually planned to have it, I didn't feel deprived, and so the next couple of days I was fine. So I think just having those days planned in the week, I think just really helps you just to stay consistent.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's like a fact that's really, really good.
Yeah.
I also tried the Biscoff cheesecake as well. I liked it, but I didn't like the vanilla yogurt part of it. I feel like it should have been slightly different. It should be more cheesy. That's why like it's cheesecake. It's supposed to be like
But
soft
it wasn't.
cheese,
But
like
it wasn't.
cream, but it was not. So that was a little bit. But I love the Biscoff part though. That's the best thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do agree with everything that you said. I also think that just even drinking more water. I feel like I don't drink much water in the day as well. Like I should make an effort on doing that. And also just taking the stairs or going up and down on like few like flights, it also counts.
Yeah.
I think so as well. Like just moving. Like it doesn't have to be proper exercise, just moving a bit, it really does help.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's the little things, and it's about progress, right? It's not about perfection. So I think just celebrate the little things. I think that definitely helps.
Okay, now let's talk about mental health. I feel like fitness is not just physical.
Exactly, yeah. I think just going to the gym, it's not just about what your body looks like. Obviously that is important, but I think it's also about how it makes you feel mentally.
Yeah, I feel like it's, you know, many things as well. It could be like by endorphins, eating well, feeling good, and having that confidence boost. I feel like that's a big one. I always remind myself that my day is about feeling good. When you eat healthy, work out, and taking care of yourself. I feel like with that, you just glow. And the days, if I wake up late, I don't feel so good. It feels like I've already lost hours in the day. But when I stick to my routine, even though I feel like I just feel better. I feel like, yeah.
I think a lot of people put down like working out just to like physical health, but I think it's a lot more than that. I think it's about your mental health. I think it's also about your emotional health. I think just starting the day off right with a little bit of movement is so key. And it's not about like waking up and going for a 5K run or lifting the heavier weights and stuff. Like everyone's different. Everyone does things differently. I think for me personally, like I need to work out every single day, but that doesn't mean that I'm like destroying my body every single day. Like I do something different every day. So I do weight training, you know, I run, I do a bit of yoga, do a bit of Pilates. I think I've learned over the years that it's important not to like exhaust your body.
Yeah.
You need to give your body that time to recover.
Agree.
But yeah, I think it just all goes back to also how I think a lot of people also go to the gym just to get away from things, just to have that mental clarity. And I think that really, really helps.
I think also there's some days I don't really if I don't feel like working out because I'm not feeling so great, or maybe I'm like recovering from like an illness, or just like in like a flu, I'm just too tired. I feel like I just do like a 10-minute stretch, or I just like I just walk around like my building just to get that little walk and get some sunlight. I think that also it helps me in like to feel good as well, like not just physically but like mentally. I just feel more rejuvenated, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no,
So
definitely does.
yeah, I do that quite a bit, especially on days that I don't feel like doing a workout, like a set workout, and that's okay. I feel like it's fine.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. And I think there are other things as well. For example, I think just getting a good night's sleep, I think is so important for recovery. A lot of people don't realize that getting a good night's sleep, how it makes you feel better the next day, and it really helps with your mental health.
So true.
Yeah, it's sort of like it sets the tone for the day, and you wake up feeling refreshed, you feel better, you have more energy. Whereas if you're only getting a couple of hours of sleep, you wake up the next day already sort of sleep deprived, you feel tired and knackered. And I know everybody has different lives. Like some people, they have children, some people have caring responsibilities, some people work different shifts and stuff. So it's not always easy. But I think just trying to get that good 7 to 8 hours of sleep, that really helps with everything. I think with every part of your health. Like I think I've learned that as an adult. Like when we were kids, if our parents told us to go to bed, we're like, no, we just want to stay up late. And here I am, literally a grandmother, and I'm like, if I'm going to bed at 10 p.m. and I wake up maybe the next day in time to pray, and usually I actually wake up a couple of minutes just before my alarm is due to go off, and I'm just like, wow, and I don't feel tired. Like I feel okay.
It's like your body has got used to wake up before the set alarm.
Exactly.
It's like a habit.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel good that if I have a good night's sleep, and I like to go to bed early. I like to wake up early. I'm a grandmother. Like you guys can see, I sit with this cushion probably like all of our episodes. I just like being comfortable. I like being at home. Hey, if I'm a grandmother, then I'm a grandmother, but I like it.
Yeah. Well, I can be a little bit of a grandmother too here and there. I mean, like I'm wearing these glasses now. Well, I kind of look like
when you advertise.
Yeah, I look really like an oldie, but I look like a OG cool oldie.
I love the colour of it. You know what? These glasses are very nice, and I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but I wear different colours for different episodes. I don't know why. It's just something that I'm just having fun with. And in real life,
She's a fun grandmother.
Well, I was going to say in real life, I'm also obsessed with sunglasses.
Oh yeah, that's true. So she has hundreds of pairs in her drawers.
No, I don't have hundreds. That's a bit too extreme.
Yeah, it does seem like it though. She has some extravagant pairs of glasses.
But I just like sunglasses. It's not about anything else. Everyone has their own thing. I like sunglasses.
Okay, we're deviating. We need to go back to our podcast.
Next segment.
All right, now let's talk about workouts. Spoiler alert. It's not complicated at all. For me, I usually follow a YouTube video, some fun hit or dance workout. I feel like they keep me moving and I don't even need to leave my bedroom sometimes.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I feel like you don't always need a fancy gym membership, and you can work out anywhere, at home, outside. And of course, if you want to work out in the gym, that's your thing, that's absolutely fine. But I think one of the things that we've learned from lockdown, I can say, because I think that's when we kind of started working out properly and being consistent. And I think it was like we sort of took the gym for granted. We're like, oh, it's there, so we can go. And then once that was taken away from us, it was like, oh, we need to get creative, and we need to like find ways to work out. So we would see people outside going for a jog. I saw people literally outside my building. They would take weights and like they'll be in the park.
People were creative the way they want to work out. Like they would have like water bottles. Sometimes they wouldn't have weights, so they have water bottles, and they will do that to do like a HIIT workout, or they would do some upper body workout, or they would do skipping. And I'm like, we don't need to go to the gym. We have everything actually available, or at least the equipment that you think you need. So I think that was like really cool. And I remember that time when the gym was closed, my sister just got her new apartment, and we're like, she has all this free space, no furniture. So like, I'm gonna work out in the kitchen area because that's where the most space is, and she can work out in the living room area. And we're like, and we would just put this YouTube video on, and we're just for 40 minutes, 45 minutes, and we were just working out. It was like a cardio based, and some of them was equipment based, but it works.
So that summer, before we went to our holiday, we got into the best shape of our lives.
I would say I was one of my best shapes,
and that was just working out at home.
Just by being at home. That's so true.
Yeah, I guess we were a little bit more conscious about what we were putting in our bodies, and then we paired that with working out. And I think more than anything, because we were having fun, we enjoyed the entire process, and because we were like seeing results and then we're feeling good about ourselves, that made us like keep on going. And when we went to our holiday, we're like, wow, you know, maybe for the past couple of years we're going to the gym, we're not being consistent enough, we're not probably eating properly, but here we are literally just working out at home with what we have. And I remember at that time all the weights and everything, they were all going out of stock, and I bought one kettlebell, I think it was, that was like 12 kilos, because the dumbbells were getting out of stock, and that's all we had. We had minimal equipment. And I think at that time I learned also about body weight movement, because previous to that I've always used like dumbbells and external weights. But then I also learned like your body doesn't know if you're using your own weight or if you're using external weights. Like, how does your body know? And a lot of people that do like calisthenics,
for example, I was doing just I just got into calisthenics, like just use my table as like a pull-up bar, kind of. But it would work. It was kind of fun.
I think it's about mixing up as well. I think if you just carry on doing the same workout, sometimes it can get a little bit boring. So for me, I use weights. I run on the treadmill. Like I said, I do a bit of Pilates. I do yoga. I think I get bored quite quickly. I think when you're in health and fitness and when you're working out, you do need to change up a little bit. You need to be a little bit more creative to keep on going. I think one thing that I know about myself is that like I need to make my workouts exciting and fun, because I know that's the thing that's going to keep me going. But even in that, there are weeks where I just don't want to go to the gym, I don't want to work out. It could be anything. Maybe I'm not feeling well, maybe I'm going to be on my period, maybe because of the weather, maybe there's no reason, and maybe I'm just tired of just like working out, and you just need a break. And sometimes that break, one thing I've realized is that, say if I've been doing sort of like the same workout for good 6 to 8 weeks, when I take that 9th week off and then when I go back on the 10th week, I feel so much more stronger.
I agree,
because I feel like you need to give your body that break so that it can heal, it can recover. And sometimes you just think, oh, you know, if I take 3 days off, if I take a week off, I'm going to lose muscle mass and I'm going to lose this, I'm going to lose that. And I'm like, no, you're actually not. You're probably going to go back feeling a lot more refreshed and, you know, with new motivation, with new discipline. So I just feel like doing what you like and doing what works for you and taking breaks. And the number one thing that I would say is, I'm not a fitness expert, by the way, this is just from all my experience, and I've had tons of injuries and tears and everything, but the one thing I'll always say is always listen to your body. It's the most important thing ever, because it's like your mind will be like, oh, you can go for a run, don't be lazy, or just get up and, you know, go to the gym and work out. But you should always listen to your body. If you're feeling tired, you're feeling knackered, it's like you could go to the gym and you could injure yourself, you could be outside and you could break your foot like I did. So always listen to your body and just be honest with yourself and be like, hey, today I was supposed to do like a run or something and I'm really not feeling it, so I'll put a YouTube video on and maybe I'll do a cardio based workout at home. You're still doing something. It's like people feel like they need to move in like an extreme way to get the result, and it's actually not. Like if you think about it, we're always told that 70-80% is your food and that 20% is movement. But we reverse it. We work out so much to the point that we feel exhausted, and then we eat but maybe not the right things, and then we're like, oh, I'm not getting results, and then we just keep on going back to square one.
It's the same cycle. It's the same cycle that repeats over again that I see. Well, I know some of my friends that do that, and they always say that I'm going to the gym to lose some weight. But the first thing I rather actually would like to hear in that conversation is, what are you eating? What's your diet like? Like, what's your food like? But they're like, I'm just gonna go to the gym and just to lose some weight. But it's like a misconception. And you don't need to be in the gym every single day. Please don't go to the gym every single day, and also don't work out every single day. Like, enjoy your life and go for walks and
you could buy a treadmill. They're not that expensive these days. And if it's really like raining outside or you don't want to go outside, just put a show on and just walk on your treadmill. That I think like people think running burns a lot of calories. I feel like just walking is so much more easier. Like it's so much more gentle, like on your knees, I guess.
It's
and
low impact.
yeah,
It's low
exactly.
impact.
And
Yeah.
you're burning tons of calories as well, and you'd have to exhaust yourself. So,
Yeah.
but if you want to splurge a little bit, get yourself a treadmill, you know. But yeah, don't feel that you have to literally go above and beyond just to get the body that you
Yeah.
want.
It's just motivation, consistency.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Yeah.
And that's what I always try to keep up with almost every day. Is that
Yeah.
motivation, consistency.
So the takeaway from this is move your body however you can, wherever you can, and have fun doing it, and that's what counts.
Yeah. All right. Nutrition time and realistic tips.
Right, so we're going to be talking about meal prepping and macros and stuff. We're not nutritionists or anything like that. This is just basically what we do. And if people can relate, that's great. But tell us in the comments, what do you do for your nutrition? Do you meal prep? Do you count calories? Do you sort of like see your plate and see what kind of macros you have? I think for me, a couple of things that I like to do is meal prep. That's really important because you get busy in the day and then sometimes you don't really make good choices. So for me, I think it's just good to just save time. And what I've been trying to do is to increase my protein intake because I think that really helps me, one, to stay full, and I think two, it just helps with like muscle and energy. I think previously my carb intake was quite high and I wasn't having much protein, so I was just feeling like a little bit more bloated, and I just felt like I just wasn't getting sort of that result in my body.
Mm.
But I think after I've started to include protein, that has really helped. And I think just adding fruits and vegetables. I'm not really big on like vegetables, to be honest, but I do like potatoes. So I like to incorporate like white potatoes or sweet potatoes and sometimes fruits. But I think just being simple, I have this like really, really nice, I'm addicted to it. It's this salted caramel mousse that has like 20 grams of protein. And I love to have that just like a dessert. What about you?
I do quite similar as well. And truthfully, I don't have much veggies. I feel like many veggies just doesn't sit well in my stomach. But one thing that I mentioned earlier in a podcast is my love of potatoes. Any type of potatoes, like I love them. Which I include just about in every meal with a protein source like chicken, eggs. I love eggs. And just keeping it simple because I also don't like cooking. But I like eating. So meal preps really help me. One point I wasn't working out a lot, and I took like a year off, and I tried to eat like full meals rather than just snacking, as I feel like that's what works for me. And I feel like choosing nutrient-dense snacks like nuts, yogurt, or fruit, like it helps me to maintain my energy to keep going. So that's something that I just do, yeah.
I think education is really important, especially when it comes to nutrition, and it's not something that you learn over a day or even a year. I feel like it's taken us years, that trial and error, to sort of to figure out what works for us and what works for our stomach, really, because I didn't realize there were a few things that my body didn't agree with and I didn't know what I was doing wrong. So I think it's just figuring out what works for you. That's really important. Another thing I'll say is don't stress about eating perfectly because you never will.
Yeah.
You never ever will. No matter how much you try to, it's like we're human.
My body changes over time as well. Like there was one point I could not have cheese, and then only in the like last recent years I can now have cheese. Before I was a bit allergic to them, I would get rashes. So that was like a bit of an issue. Also like with veggies as well. I could eat veggies my whole life, but only in the recent years, it just does not sit well in my stomach. Like some of them will be like broccoli, some of them will be just like normal like carrots, and like cooked veggies as well. They just don't sit well in my stomach. So I just start to just avoid having them.
I think sometimes it's about finding alternatives as well. If certain things just don't sit well in your stomach, and if you have like an intolerance, then I think it's just about trying to find something else that works for you. I'll say balance and moderation is key. Having that one slice of pizza, having ice cream or cookies is not going to ruin anything. It's really important that you don't deprive yourself of these delicious foods, because I love food, all types of food. I have a sweet tooth, I have a salt tooth, spice tooth, whatever you want to call it. But I think like once a week, that one meal, if you want to have your food, have that burger, have that pizza, have that cake, have that ice cream, and having that designated day, I think that really helps you. I feel like if you're working out, you're working hard, you deserve it.
Facts.
And if you're going to completely deprive yourself, you're going to resent it. Like, you're going to resent the process because you're not going to be enjoying it. It's going to become a lot more harder.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like more than just consistency, it's just that motivation to just keep going.
Yeah.
Like not every day will be perfect.
Yeah.
No, like there's circumstances that's gonna happen in your life, where situations where things are not always gonna be perfect. It is just what it is.
Another important tip I would say is don't follow what other people are doing. There's so many different diets out there that people are doing, and I think people want to follow them because that diet has worked for that person, but you are your own unique and individual self. You have your own body, and what works for other people may not work for you. Obviously, you can try certain things and see how it goes, but I would say don't compare yourself. Just do a little bit of research on yourself. What are the things that you like to eat? What are the things that you want to nourish your body with? And I think the more you do that, the more you learn about yourself, the easier the process is going to be.
All right, listeners, challenge for this week. Pick one small health habit, whether it's stretching, walking, a mini workout, or a healthy snack, or a meal, and try to stick to it and write them down in the comments below.
Let us know what you've been doing. We'll be interested to read them. And remember to enjoy the process. That's really important. You know, that's really part of the journey.
Yeah, and yes, next week we'll be diving into friendship, drama, and real talk. Think nostalgia, embarrassing stories, laughs, and missing the good old days with friends. So looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a really nice one. It's going to be like a trip down memory lane. So, man, I feel old.
We're not that old.
Yeah, I know, but when your school days are 2 decades ago, maybe even more than that, I feel old.
Well, I feel like we're looking a bit younger.
With the avatars.
With the avatars. Yeah.
It's like a...
Minus the glasses. Well, this actually, it doesn't look old anymore. It looks quite hip and young and cool.
Okay, well, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and follow us on our social media and YouTube channel so you don't miss out on future episodes. And until next time, peace! I think like you have to protect your energy, you have to protect your peace, and you know, I talk about attracting the right people, attracting the right vibe. If you're naturally a happy person, if you're optimistic and positive, that's the kind of people that you want to invite into your circle, into your bubble, into your energy, right? So